Okay, so we're in lockdown number 3 in the UK at the moment, and that means local fishing only for us. Well, I'm going to go off the beaten track slightly. Fortunately, I've got a very small, fairly underfished river quite close to my house. Now, it's not one where I'm going to catch an absolute belter, but I think I can fish out here for a day, probably not see another soul, and catch some really pretty, pristine little pike. Now, to have some fun, I've bought the 7 to 23 gram rod with some light lures, cannibal shads, spinners, spin tails, but I have bought my heavier kit as well, like the goby shads, just in case they prove a little bit difficult to catch. We've had a lot of snow, a lot of rainfall, and it's been quite icy just recently, but today's a little bit milder, and although the river's still coloured, I think by fishing the slacks we can pull a few fish out. Let's give it a pop. Ooh, there we go. Oh. There we are. Oh, on the spinner. Yes. Here we go. By no means a monster, but what these little intimate upper rivers are all about. Just getting away for a few hours fun. Catching feisty pike on light tackle. It's just so exciting. Even when they're relatively small feisty fish like this. Let's pop that hook out. Slip this one back. Off he goes. Lovely. Small pike. When I'm fishing little rivers like these, I like to be fairly quick in each swim, so maybe 5 or 6 casts, working from margin to margin and across the river, particularly when I'm using big lures. The river's narrow, the fish have a good field of view, and they'll hit it if it comes past them usually. Quite often it happens on the first cast. If I'm unfamiliar with the venue, I might change the colour of my lure, or I might change the size or the style. But typically, where I think I've made the right choice and I'm confident, I'll stick with one, blast through it quick, and maybe run through something flashy like a spinnerbait after, just to make sure I haven't missed anything. Oh, there we go. Wait. Right, steer you around them reeds. That's a goby shad. Good old faithful. Okay, wet feet time for me. Oh, should have packed my waders. Yes. That's me soaked. Can't say that wasn't a little bit exciting. I put my goby shad over in the far bank slack, and just as it was coming to the near margin, the fish absolutely smashed it, and my, what a beautiful fish. It's a pristine upper river pike. Absolutely fin perfect. They are gorgeous fish on these rivers, but to be honest, they barely get touched or fished for at all. Now, let's slip this beauty back. There's no harm in getting slightly wetter. I'm just going to have to give a little bit of a helping hand through them weeds. How I like to rig these goby shads, and I'm sure you've seen me do it before, is with the punch head rigging system. Now, for the sake of simplicity and being able to change quickly, I've just got a 2 treble size 1 stinger kit there and a punch head. Simple as that. You just put the split ring on the bottom and push it straight through into these goby shads. They're quite thin bodied, so you have to put the spike in at a bit of an angle. But what you have there is a lure that's ready to fish and easy to fish. And if I want to change colour, I can swap it over immediately. Well, this afternoon's been pretty fun. We've caught a few pike, we've covered a bit of ground, and all in all, it's been nice to get back doing something that I haven't done for quite a while. However, I did have one session beforehand just to try and see if I could locate some fish on this river. And while I did locate a predator, it wasn't quite the kind that I was after, but I did catch a little biter on camera. That crafty little devil. I didn't even see him there. The whole time I was fishing, I believed that was a pike that swelled in front of me. As I was pulling the weed off my hook, it wasn't until I looked back at the footage that I saw that an otter had been bobbing around right in front of me. No wonder the fish weren't biting confidently.